Hello everyone, Renata Joseph here again to talk with you, or Tita Joseph. It's good to be talking to you again. We have an interesting topic today, helping children prepare to return to school during this COVID-19 pandemic. I'm here today with Mrs. Leandra Tittle. She's a parent of 4 beautiful girls and also an educator at the SDA Adventist Secondary School. Welcome, Mrs. Tittle.
Thank you. It's indeed a privilege that I can be here with you today and also with our viewers.
Yes. Could you tell me a little bit about your lovely children?
Yes, I have, like you said, I have 4 daughters. The first one is my niece, actually, but I have had her for a long time. She's actually 17. She has just finished CXC and she's looking forward to college.
Oh.
Yes, my other daughter, she's 10. She's going into grade 6. You know, that's a challenge class.
Yes, it is.
But she's looking forward to it. And my other daughter, she's 8, going into grade 4. And my final one, she's just 2. She turned 2 in July. And parents of 2-year-olds, you know how that is. She's 2. That's all we need to say.
So you have the full spectrum. You have teenagers, a teenager, middle schoolers, and a preschooler.
Yes, I do.
So you can address the concerns of parents coming for all age groups.
Indeed, indeed, because I have a little taste of everything.
Of
yes.
everything, okay. Well, what are your concerns as your daughters go back to school in September? And what are some of their concerns? Are they excited? Are they anxious?
Yes, well, for my daughters, they're really excited to go back to school. Mm-hmm. They have been away from school for a while and they're just eager to go back to see their friends. They want to see their teachers. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be in the new class. Who's going to be my new teacher? So it's an exciting time for them. With my niece, she's looking forward to college and meeting a whole new set of persons, a new experience. So basically, they're really excited about going back. What the concerns are, I would say mostly with me. You know, as a parent, and these times, you know, you feel a little, you know, uncomfortable with sending them back out, and you want to make sure that everything is in place for wherever they're going to be. So that's one of my main concerns in terms of mask wearing. My older daughter's a little more comfortable with it. But my 2-year-old, that's where the problem is. She doesn't like wearing the mask. She doesn't like when I wear the mask. I have tried letting her wear the mask for a little bit, but it always ends up with her throwing the mask away. And with, you know, social distancing, that's a huge concern.
It's a challenge. That is going to be a challenge.
It's a challenge. My daughters, they're very social. They're very loving. So they want to, you know, get up close and personal, and that is where my concerns are. You know, 2-year-olds, they're very active, they're into everybody, they want to play, hug, they want to share, and these are some of the things in these times we're looking at, you know, trying to minimize. So I try to speak with them, but I know, you know how children are.
Yes.
My main concern is that when they go back, they're going to have difficulties with following the protocols.
Yes, and I believe that is a concern for many of our parents. In fact, children are different. I'm happy that your daughters are excited. Many of you met my niece a few weeks ago. Her reaction is just a little bit different. She has enjoyed being at home. And so to go back out to school, she says, nope, I've enjoyed being at home. I like learning at home, and she's not so excited about being at school. So parents, children can have various reactions to going back out to school. What have you told them about what to expect?
Okay, I have tried to discuss some of the protocols with them because it's going to be really new to them. They're not accustomed of, you know, this social distancing and sitting apart from their friends. They're not used to, okay, you can't share your books and you can't share your lunch. So I have been trying to speak to them about that, you know, letting them know that you have to wear your mask. If you feel uncomfortable, you can shift it for a little while and you put it back. I've tried to tell them that, you know, because they love to, this is my girls, mommy, sharing is caring. So I have to tell them, yes, sharing is caring, but you know, we're in a different time right now. We're trying to keep everybody safe, not just you, but we want to keep your friends safe as well. And in order to do so, you know, you can't be sharing everything, you know, your water and your juice and your food, and sharing your books, and you know, you try to keep a little social distance as much as possible.
As we are doing here today.
Yes, yes.
All right. That's excellent that you've had the conversation with them, because unless you have the conversation with them, you cannot be sure how they're feeling and what they're thinking. So it's important to ask the question, how do you feel about going back to school? And listen to their conversations with their friends, with teenagers, etc., in order to get an idea of how they're feeling so you can address those specific concerns. With your concerns, it's good to get as much information as possible about the schools that they are returning to. What are the schedules are going to be like? What the health protocols are going to be like? So you can be assured that the protocols will be followed and that your girls and your children would be safe.
Yes.
For the little 2-year-old, I know. I have a 2-year-old niece as well, and they don't like to wear masks. The government has said that they should wear masks. We know life is not perfect. They probably won't keep it on all the time, but make sure that the preschool workers are wearing their masks and their face shields so that your child is protected, and that they are monitoring the children as much as possible. That there are not a lot of children to one preschool worker, and that the preschool workers are cleaning, making sure that the surfaces are clean that children frequently touch, and that somebody cleans very often their high-touch surfaces. And that will make you feel a little bit more comfortable that your daughter can be free, and that she is monitored carefully at preschool. For the middle schoolers, I know about the physical distance. They have no understanding of physical distance. And so we have to talk with them, and that is important. You've done the right thing about maintaining a safe distance. And why? Because you don't want any spittle or anything from the other person to land on you. So that's important to have that talk with them. And also, in order to change their habits, practice. So begin to practice with them. When you have little family outings, begin to practice with them and have them greet each other with a little hand bump.
Oh, yes.
Yes, or the foot bump, whichever they feel comfortable doing. So to begin practicing that with them. For the mask wearing, play with a few masks. Find one that is comfortable for them, and practice while they're watching a TV program or just going around the house, that they begin to build up tolerance for the mask. So they begin to get comfortable with the masks. You don't change a habit unless you practice.
True.
So they have to begin practicing before they get to school so that they'll feel a little bit comfortable. And so that they will know that when the mask becomes a little uncomfortable, they can take a little break. They might be able to ask teacher, can I go out for a little break? And I believe teachers are sensitive during this time so that they can go out and take a little break to breathe and then come back in with the mask. And so those are some things. And hand washing. We know that is another important step in preventing the spread of COVID-19. Hand washing, so you practice with them at home. When they're coming in from play, you say, remember to go wash your hands. Before they eat, you say, remember to go wash your hands. For the little ones, you can make it fun. You can help them sing the happy birthday song so that they remember how long they're supposed to wash their hands for. But if they continuously practice in the 2 weeks, the 3 weeks before school starts, or the week before school starts, they'll be a little bit more prepared in order to get to school. Okay? And also, once school starts, it's important to check in on them. Look for signs of any stress that might be happening. If they have a lot of stomach aches, reluctance to go to school, those sort of things. And check in with them, help them to find creative ways. I know as an educator, you're good at that. I saw the number of poems that your children wrote about how they were feeling about COVID-19. Children can draw. You can ask them to draw their experiences at school. it's a good way for them to get that expression and stress out. You can ask them to create songs. Make sure you check in each day. How was school? How was and you know their friend's name. How was so-and-so today? So that they express to you how it's going at school. And you can correct and deal with any anxieties they might be having. And it's important, if there's any trouble or any anxious feelings, challenging times is a good time to help children learn to really lean on God to take them through those challenging times. So during family worship, you bring up any challenge, any stress, and help them to learn to pray about it, to mention it in their prayers, to talk to God about it, and allow God to work in their lives and thank Him when He helps them get through the difficult times. So we're going through difficult times, but it's an opportunity to allow God to work. Yes. Is that a little bit more helpful to your concerns?
Definitely. I can really pull on a few things you said, especially with the younger one, because that's where my main concern is. And like you said, just ensuring that the school is following the correct protocols, and that's important to me. And I know the parents, especially the very young ones, it's a concern, and it's very important to us that those things will be in place. And I like what you said about practice.
Yes,
I
very
think
important.
I have not been doing that, so I need to work on that in the next 2 weeks or so to get them to practice. And I like that you said, do it when they're watching the television, so I can, gauge the time, how long. So it was really helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And everyone, we know it is challenging times, but I like to rely on one of my favorite texts, John 16:33, where Jesus reminds us that during these end times, we will go through challenging times and trials, but we can count on Him because He has overcome the world, and through Him we can overcome as well. Thank you for listening. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and to place in the comment section any topic that you would like for us to discuss in future. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for viewing.